Hello, folks. I'm Prasad, Head of Surveillance Business Unit at Econ Systems. Thank you for taking the time to join this webinar session. In this webinar, we will look at why smarter vision systems are changing from being reactive to champion proactive safety, how industries think about occupational safety and health, and where they are needed. We will see how the latest camera technologies are raising OSH standards. Then we will look at a couple of real world deployments in which they reveal about the future of proactive safety. Let's begin by seeing why proactive safety matters more than ever. So in 2023, an automotive plant faced a fatal incident when a worker entered a restricted area without proper protective gear. The production line stopped for 3 days, causing a financial loss of $2.8 million. But the impact went far deeper. The loss of life, the shock among coworkers, and the scrutiny from regulators exposed how even the best safety protocols can break down when monitoring depends solely on human attention. That incident became a wake up call for the industrial leaders. It proved that waiting to act until after an accident means you have already failed. Safety has to evolve from a reactive checklist to a living, real time system that anticipates danger even before it strikes. The global cost of workplace incidents. Now, let's step back and look at a more global picture. According to International Labour Organization, 2.93 million people lose their lives every year due to workplace incidents. Another 395 million suffer non-fatal injuries. The economic cost reaches around $3 trillion annually based on slightly older report from 2017, which was around 4% of the global GDP. Around 60% of these incidents happen in industries like manufacturing, construction, and logistics. Basically, these are industries where human presence and heavy machinery overlap. It is where visibility, awareness, and timing can decide between a safe return home or a headline no one wants to read. This is why forward looking industries are adopting AI powered vision as an integrated layer of protection. Let's explore why traditional safety systems struggle to keep up and what it takes to move from reactive inspection to real time prevention. Why traditional safety is not enough. In most industries today, safety still depends on manual inspection and periodic audits. Supervisors walk the floor, check compliance, fill out reports, and hope the protocols hold steady through every shift. But human monitoring has natural limits. People get tired, attention drops, and consistency changes from person to person. In large facilities with hundreds of cameras, safety officers are often watching multiple screens for hours trying to catch issues that may appear for just a second. Even the most alert person simply cannot process that much visual data in real time. Industry audits show that manual checks miss 40 to 60% of PPE violations. That gap highlights how dependent our current systems are on human bandwidth. And when officers monitor over 100 live feeds, visual fatigue only widens the gap. The challenge goes further. Most existing systems still lack real-time corrective feedback. By the time a violation is noticed, logged, and escalated, the incident is already over. It creates a catch-22 post-incident reports, which helps us understand what went wrong, but they don't prevent the next occurrence. Cameras, in the meantime, record everything, but they don't step in. So now imagine the same cameras connected to an intelligent layer. A system that can detect unsafe movement, identify missing PPE, or flag restricted zone breaches the moment they happen. That is the shift from reactive setup to one that truly thinks ahead. And this is exactly where the need for smarter, real-time safety systems have never been greater. From reactive to predictive safety. The move from reactive to predictive safety begins when cameras become intelligent observers. The formula is simple but powerful. Camera plus AI equals the ability to detect, predict, and prevent. When visual data flows through an AI-enabled pipeline, it stops being passive footage. The system starts analyzing posture, proximity, speed, and activity patterns. It defines definition from safe behavior and trigger alerts before accident occur. The key shift here is the timing. Instead of waiting for a report, the response happens in seconds. This continuous feedback loop helps organization correct unsafe behavior, transforming safety from a periodic exercise to an ongoing process. So AI-driven vision strengthens human instincts. It gives supervisors an extra set of eyes that can never tire, never blink, and never overlook. Real-world application of AI vision in safety. Now let's take a look at where the systems are already providing their value. The first is PP detection, in which the cameras train to recognize safety gear and they can check complaints in real time. If someone enters a zone without a helmet or a reflective vest, the system immediately alerts the supervisor. This cuts down manual patrols and ensures consistent enforcement across every shift. Next is MSD monitoring, which is all about identifying unsafe postures that lead to musculoskeletal disorders. By tracking body posture and movement, the system identifies repetitive strain or awkward position that can lead to musculoskeletal issues. Early insights will help optimize the workstation layout and rotation schedules even before the problems escalate. Then, slip, trip, and fall prevention. Vision analytics can spot imbalance, uneven surfaces, or even cluttered walkways. So it triggers alerts in early stages, giving the teams necessary time to respond and remove potential hazards. Forklift blind spot monitoring is another high impact use case. Cameras on vehicles and fixed points create a 360-degree awareness zone. If a pedestrian or object gets too closer or in the proximity zone, the system instantly warns the operator, preventing collisions and protecting both people and inventory. Finally, lone worker and fatigue detection. Using facial and behavioral cues, AI can recognize early detection of drowsiness or reduced alertness. When a lone worker shows these patterns, the system sends a wellness alert to ensure timely intervention. Together, these capabilities make safety proactive, measurable, and scalable, transforming workplaces that once depended solely on human vigilance. The AI vision architecture. To understand how proactive safety actually functions, we need to take a look at what happens inside the system. Every decision and every alert depends on where and how the data is processed. In AI vision for safety, this typically follows three architectural models: cloud, edge, and hybrid. Let's start with the cloud processing. In this setup, video or data streams go directly to the centralized servers for analysis. Cloud systems excel at large-scale data aggression, long-term analytics, and cross-site comparison. They can detect patterns in multiple facilities, providing insights into recurring safety violations or behavioral trends. The challenge here is latency. Since the footage travels to the cloud before being analyzed, the alert cycle can take a bit longer, and with that comes higher revenue cloud expense. Next is the edge processing. Here, decision making happens right where the data is captured, inside the camera device or very close to it. The advantage is real time response with extremely low latency. When a worker steps into a danger zone, the camera and the edge device identify the risk instantly and issue an alert within milliseconds. Here, the operator cost stays lower. Here, the operating cost stays lower, because most processing is done locally, reducing the